Good morning to the Walk of Love Ministry this morning, where it is a walk with God each and every day. As you can tell, I have got some amazing ladies here with me this morning on this podcast. And we're going to start off today by just letting them each introduce themselves. We've already opened up in prayer together, and we've got some exciting news to share with you. So I'm going to start with Carly and let Carly introduce herself and let us know where you work and what you do. You've seen some of these sweet faces on the podcast before, but I'm excited about what they're going to share with you today. So, Miss Carly, can you open us up and tell us about Miss Carly?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I am Carly Summers. I work at the Gas and Water Department of the City of Clarksville, and I'm a grants analyst.
She's the best grants analyst.
Well, thank you.
I'm Lisa Canfield. I'm the city clerk, and I always say I have the best job in Clarksville, and I mean it.
That's really good. Miss Gina.
Hello, I'm Gina Johnson. I work at Clarksville Fire Rescue, and I'm the administrative supervisor. And I just give support to Chief and the team there. And I really enjoy my job, and I love working for the city of Clarksville.
No, you run the place. let's just be honest. Gina runs that place.
That's right.
They do call me Six Bugles. Chief has 5.
Oh,
They say I have 6.
wow.
That's good.
That's right.
I'm Veronica Williams. I work for Clarksville Transit System. I am the operations supervisor, and I love my job. And this is my new saying, so you guys will know: one city, one team.
That's right.
I love it. One city, one
One
team. Oh, man,
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Okay, girls, we're here because of the Women's Expo that is coming up.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, I want Lisa, and I think my foot's going to sleep, so in a minute I might have to I'm in a lower chair. Oh, there goes the table. So I'm hanging on. Lisa, let's talk about, we usually do it in August, but we're doing it in September. So let's talk about the date and where it's going to be.
Well, it's August 20th, Saturday, August 20th, from
September.
September 20th.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Used to August.
Yes.
September 20th. September 20th.
Yes.
And we're just so excited. I mean, we're back home at the Wilma Rudolph Event Center. I feel like we're coming home, and especially for our 5th event. And I'm so excited about it. We're going back to our roots. We've always had a focus on women's health and wellness, but this time it's really all about health and wellness. Can I share our very exciting
You sure
guest?
can.
So Tracy Cornett from Channel 4. If you don't know her, you need to watch Channel 4. She's amazing. She is going to be our MC, I guess you would say, for our Lady Talk section about menopause. That's so hard for us to talk about. Women don't really talk about menopause. We're all going through it, or have gone through it, or will go through it. And sometimes you think you're going crazy. What's wrong with me? And there's nothing wrong with you. It's just part of the process. And Tracy's been through it. We will have some wonderful healthcare representatives there to be part of the panel. And we're going to have a wonderful discussion and question and answer period. And I think that's what one of the things I'm most excited about. We have more exciting things coming.
September 20th from 10
10 to 2.
2. So we're just going to start promoting. So we're going to get stuff out. But I feel like it's health and wellness. That
Yes.
was the beginning of the Women's Expo,
Yep.
Women of Clarksville, because I feel like we all at different stages need to know more about what we need to do. So I'm going to start with Gina. What is the one thing about the Women's Expo that you always are there and you're always supportive? The team is just a great team. What is it about the expo that you love?
I love the expo because it brings the community together. And I think we're just there to help each other along this journey. And I love seeing women that I know, but I typically don't see with work every day. And I enjoy it so much, us coming together and supporting women, businesses. And I think it just brings us closer together.
Yeah. Now we love it when the lady firefighters come.
Yes.
And the kids get to see
Yes.
a lady firefighter if they've had a dream to be one,
Mhm.
to see one actually and see the equipment and everything.
Yes.
I think it's awesome, which I'll do bringing those in because I think it speaks that even if there's a woman that decides she doesn't want to do what she's doing now and wants a second career, she might go in and do that.
Yeah.
You know, I just think it's just really neat.
You never know who will encourage.
You never
That's right.
know. Now, Veronica is our go-getter. When it comes to door prizes,
Right.
going out to the community, and Lisa said that she would not tell you no.
Nope.
You can something.
No,
So
ma'am.
tell me why the expo is so, why you love it, and what is it special to you?
What I like is that when we first started this, and the women that you asked to put on this panel, well, I say it's a board. That's what I call it. It's a board.
Mhm.
Every one of them have something different to give.
Yes.
But when all of us went out and we all had our little tidbits to do, everybody did it with grace and elegance. And that's something that I enjoyed because Lisa, I couldn't do the part she does. She can have that. I'm like, okay, I can get the people, but I don't want to put nothing in order. I'm let somebody else do that. She did it. But we all have a part in this and we all have worked together. And I just love that we all come together as one.
Yes.
Because everything it's not we're not doing it by
It
ourselves.
takes everybody.
It does.
And I like it that everybody has a part. Like I know me and Carly have communicated so many times. Me and Lisa have communicated. Me and Gina have. Like I was like, hey Gina, we're getting on these door prizes. Hey Gina, we're gonna do this. It's just getting out doing it. But we do it as a team.
I think we all have a piece in it that we want to see it to be just excellent for another person if we don't meet. People are coming to the door, you meet for the first time, and you want them to feel that, oh my gosh, they're doing this free.
Yes.
And it's enjoyable. And it's enjoyable to see them come out because you see their smile.
You see their excitement and
Yes.
coming together.
And it's great. We see we're going into our 5th year,
Yeah.
and to see women that we've seen now for the past 4 years coming
Yes.
back again
Yes.
and now recognizing their faces, I think is
So I
fantastic.
look forward to
Me
it.
too.
You know, we're already hearing
Yeah.
from people, you know, when's it coming? When, you know, because they look forward to it every year.
Or when you get out, I know y'all see people out in the public and they remember you.
Yes.
And
Yes.
they're like, I remember you from the Women's Expo.
Uh-huh.
It makes you feel good because they were like, I loved it. And when they sit and tell you that they love it,
Mhm.
that makes you feel good
Yes.
because you're a part of that.
And Carly, your strength is just amazing from getting the signs made, but the volunteers. I mean, I think you always have the same smile on your face
That's for sure.
every time.
Yeah.
It's never changes. Carly, it's just when you see her, that's Carly.
Mhm.
All of you are that way. But you're the one that deal with our teenagers
Absolutely.
and they are just really good about helping. And you have such grace with these young kids, you know.
It's just
They
keeping
love
them all
you.
in order.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And you know, we're still in the beginning stages of planning and trying to get the right vendors there that represent health and wellness. You know, we talked about in our last meeting, you know, at certain ages, we are not probably at the gym like we used to be. So find me something to do in a seat that I know how to stretch.
Yeah.
Show me what to do that I can just, you know, like take care of myself and do. So be patient with us as we're going through the planning of this because we want it to be something that is impactful, you know, that someone is feeling like they're really just enjoying it so much. So with Tracy coming, I want to talk about that a little bit more too. I didn't know that she was talking about menopause and going through that. And we probably could all ask the question, or I could ask you the question, how many truly knows what menopause is? You know, it's almost like you run up on this horrible wreck and it's like all of a sudden everything's just shifting and it's like, where did this come from?
Mhm.
And to be able to have those questions answered in the lady talks that we had that time where Dr. McIntosh came
Yes.
and answered those questions. But I think also I wanted to, we were talking about menopause, but kind of the eating and, you know, our diet and all the things we try every year to do better. But I want to think about the things that the ladies are looking for. We got Matthew Walker coming.
Yes.
I am so excited
Yes.
about Matthew Walker, and they're going to do wellness checkups. And so people that can't afford to go to the doctor can come and get checked.
Mhm.
So there's so much that's coming. I think Stephanie's going to talk about it Wednesday. The others that's going to be coming. So I'm going to say that to Wednesday.
That's right.
But what is the one thing you hope to accomplish with this Women's Expo this year that you want to see as a committee? What do you want it to be?
For me, I think the biggest thing is at the end of the day, as people are leaving, I love to overhear women chatting and hearing they learned something new,
Mhm.
or maybe they had met a vendor that they didn't know was in Clarksville. Or for this one, it would be great to hear someone leaving say that they found something out about their health that maybe they didn't know that they had. And that, I mean, just so that they can learn more things. Education at the expo, I think is the greatest thing.
You know, last year we gave away a washer and a dryer, and I'm praying this year we can do that as well. And the lady that won it, her washer went out that weekend.
Wow.
So it's those kind of stories.
Absolutely.
And then another person received the tires, you know, and their husband, she'd been praying for that for her husband, and she won that for her husband. So story after story, but it's people in the community that's making it happen.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
making it happen. So when you first started on this committee and was asked to come on board, I know you all had something that you wanted to give back, and it's your talents and your gifts. But I think it's become more than that. I think it's like you said, we've all come just like one in this process. And every year, like Lisa is saying, no, we need to start early. Like we need to get on the side. And I think it's good because it's helping us to kind of just every month, okay, what do we got going this time instead of waiting to the very end. And so I appreciate that so much, Lisa, keeping us on track or the train and moving, because sometimes we can just get off, but everybody coming together. But I asked you, I sent all of you this as a message on last night, because I feel like we want to make a difference in people's lives.
Absolutely.
But who has made a difference in your life? It could be more than one or two people, because y'all are such servants. Each one of you are. You have a servant heart. You give. So who in your life, people in your life that's made a difference in your life, and why? My sweet Gina's tearing up. So I'm going to go with Carly first and have her think of that. But who is that person, people that who made a difference in your life, and why?
Obviously, the first one that comes to mind is my mom, because that is the person that has shaped me the very, very most as far as my everyday life and how I the confidence that I have. I think that's something that I will always look at my mom and say that came from her. But when you sent that last night, I thought, I'm like, okay, I want to go a little deeper on someone else that's been impactful. And I look back when I was just starting high school, I had an English teacher that really spent a lot of time obviously teaching English, but she also spent time with everybody in the class individually talking about strengths. And one of the things that she really instilled in me is self-confidence in speaking and being able to ask questions, and always there's never a wrong question, and it's okay to feel comfortable going and asking the question and talking with people you don't know. And that stayed with me. And it was really one of those things of being able to go up to someone and even just say, good morning, how's everything going today? Is there anything I can help you with? And so that was, I mean, it sounds silly, but when I thought about it last night, she immediately came to my mind of someone that really, it was only a small conversation, but it made an impact.
Can you tell me her name?
Yes, it was Mrs. Springer, and she teaches high school in Utah. I went to high school in Utah. So.
Okay.
That's so sweet. I mean, you do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
And that's a
do.
hard thing for people to do. I know I'm actually an introvert. People never believe me, but that's a hard thing to do, to just go up and talk to people.
It is.
That's an important skill to have. Yeah.
So it made a difference. It did.
I'm going to go to my sweet Veronica. Who is the people who made a difference in your life, and why?
Well, I have two. Well, I have three, but the first two are my mom and my dad, because I'm a daddy's girl. Everybody knows that. But my mom is one of those ones that anything that I needed or anything that I, to sit down and just talk, that's her. But my dad was my go-to. Every day before he passed away, even before, I never missed a day going to their house. Never. To go in the back room and talk to him. Because whatever conversation we had always went back to God. So he always instilled that in us. And just to have that impact, and I miss that, but he always told me, keep God first and pay attention to what you're doing. He said, because only what you have is what's going to move you forward. So, I always remember those things. And then I had a teacher too in high school. She was my homeroom teacher Her name was Miss Borders. She would always tell me, because I only had her for homeroom. That was it. You know, just went in there for like that 30 minutes and then you leave out.
Yep.
But she was the one that said, Veronica, you can do anything you want to do. She said, she was like, you're talking too much. You're talking too much. Because I talked all the time. Which it didn't, but I was like, I always talk. So he's like, okay. But she always told me, she said, I just see a light in you. She said, I know that you're going to do well when you get older. And I was like, okay, whatever. You know, you don't think about it. But as I got older, I remembered that. So yeah, those 3 people.
Isn't it sweet? 2 teachers.
Yeah.
It impacts the teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Lisa.
So, my parents, first and foremost, and my grandparents, they instilled in us service. My grandma always said, if someone's asking for money, you don't ask why, you just give it. And my mom would make food for people. There was an elderly gentleman in a little town that I grew up in, and he'd walk from the grocery store quite a distance to his little mobile home on some property. And so my parents stopped one day and gave him a ride, and my mom started bringing food to him. And so my mom would cook for people and just take people food. And so that's the example we grew up with. But I think probably more recently is my dear friend Kelly. She and I've known her for, probably 15 years now. 16. When I first started working at Jesuit High School, I hadn't even, wasn't my first day yet. I had gone to fill out paperwork, and we had an all school mass, and I met her in the hallway, and she said, why don't you come to mass with me? Come pray with me. And I said, okay. And from then on, we developed a friendship of where we could talk about our faith. But she's also someone of service. She gives and gives and gives. Her son passed away a couple of years ago, and she continues through her grief to give back at Fort Campbell and do things for others. There's a phrase in the Jesuit schools, it's to be a man for others, to be a person for others, and that's Kelly. And so she has been my kind of guiding light to be a service for others. So
Would you just share a little bit about her son? Because just tell us a little story.
So, I'm gonna cry. Shane was a night stalker. He flew a helicopter, and they were on a training mission over the Mediterranean, and their helicopter crashed. And it all perished. And it's such an amazing community. These soldiers, there's just such a family. And so, he was an amazing dad. He would watch videos on YouTube to learn how to do his daughter's hair. He had a wicked sense of humor. He was great at grilling because he had 2 parents who taught him service. His life was to be of service and to be a soldier and to give back. And so this is such a remarkable family. And he left behind 2 little girls and a wonderful wife, but because they have that family, and they followed us out here. They actually, Kelly and Mike live in Kentucky now, and we came out and then they followed out here to be with their children. And they're just remarkable people. And Shane is gone, but he has left such an impact and left so much goodness behind that he's not here, but he's still
Here in the
spirit. Yeah. And
That's why I wanted you to kind of talk about him, because I don't, we don't want people to forget, because there is his wife and his children that are here, but his legacy will live on.
Yeah.
The sacrifices he gave for us, all of the soldiers that get up each and every day and does that for us. And the sacrifices that family has sacrificed, because their dad's not here.
Yeah.
That husband's not here, but how much we're so blessed to have a military family. So
absolutely. There's so many more of those stories here.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet Gina. Who is the people you have made a difference in your life and why?
So I have a lot,
Yay!
but I'm just narrowed it. When you messaged me, I was thinking about it, and the first person that popped in my head was my mom, a lot like y'all. And I just feel like she, of course, our moms have a big impact on our lives. And I just feel like that I don't know where I would be today without her influence. Me taking me to church, always talking about God, showing me how to pray. And I actually not too long ago had talked to my sister-in-law. I don't really know where I would be like in my walk with God without her influencing me in my life. And as we all have special people, and she will be gone 3 years this September. But before she passed away, she said that she felt like that I was in a good place, and that made her have peace. And she was really proud of me and my position, and she really liked Chief Montgomery a lot. And she always told me that she was so happy that he was my boss because she knew that he would be good to me. So, but that's who made a difference in my life. So,
When you think each one of you said your parents, what is the one thing about, we're going to start back with you, Carly, the one thing about your mom that you see in yourself?
Oh, I see a ton of things. I really do. I feel good. It's funny because, and I think the older you get, you realize how much you're alike, and it even down to like mannerisms. We'll go to lunch, and the waiter Rachel will come out. She's gonna be like, "Oh, mother daughter," because we must carry ourselves very similar. But I think it's also. We could finish each other's sentences in pretty much anything. But at the same time, we have enough difference that I can go to her and say, I need advice. And she will still come up with things, even though I think, oh, we think exactly like she'll come up with things that I never thought of. And so it's that ability to always have a sounding board. But yeah, there's some days that I'm like, oh wow, we're here. So, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but we're very, very much alike.
So sweet. Okay, Lisa, what would yours be?
Yeah, it's funny. Rob and I had this conversation last night, and I said, I am not like my mom. And then I said, yeah, I am. And like Veronica, my dad was actually my person. I mean, I adore my mom, but my dad was my person. And so I'm more like my dad in many ways. But we now have my mom living with us. And so I'm getting to know her in a different way that because I got married really young. I moved out of the house. And so I think my mom has a very kind, giving spirit, and I try to be that way, and so I think I'm learning from her every day. So
you are that one.
oh, thank you. So yeah. So and apparently we're more alike than I realize in other ways too.
Okay, Gina, what would you say is like your mom characteristics?
So I know when I was younger, growing up, I'd always be like, I'm not like her. I'm not gonna be like her. And then there are some times when I'll tell my husband, I'll say, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm much like my mom. And he'll say, Gina, you're just like your mom. But she worked at CMC, Cumberland Electric, for 35 years. And I meet people from time to time that she worked with. And they'll say, your mom, she was just so kind. She just helped me so much with my insurance and understanding, and I really did appreciate her. So always try to model her and be kind to people when they need help.
And you do.
So
That's you.
You do. Yeah.
That's true. Okay. Daddy or mama? A
Well,
mixture?
it's a mixture. It is a mixture because they both are my parents. Like I tell everybody, our house was the house that everybody came to. My mom and dad fed everybody. So it was like, I didn't care who came to our house. You ain't had no food, you gonna eat there. And she's still that way. She has that. My mom is a caretaker. She takes care of everyone. And she'd be like, well, no, but they didn't have anywhere to go. So I just told them they could stay here for a couple of days. I'm like, oh, like people see now. But she's that way.
Yeah.
And my dad never complained. He'd be like, it's your mom, you know?
Mhm.
And I'm like that to a sense, you know, to a sense.
Yeah.
To a sense. Because I will, like, people will call and think different things, and they're like, well, can my cousins are like, hey, you want, my daughter's coming in, and he's a single father. He's like, you know, I said, I'll keep her for the 2 weeks. I said, you just come and visit her, I'll keep her. And they'd be like, you're gonna keep her for 2 weeks? I'm like, yeah. I take over my mom's house. My mom will watch her during the daytime. I'll keep her at night. And that's what we do.
Yeah.
But yeah, my mom and my dad both I have things because they both cared about people. They never asked. They gave, and that's what they still do. Except for my dad, you know, he's gone. But my mom still gives. She gives all the time.
That's you.
Yes.
Yes.
That's you.
Yes.
That's to say, you take care of us. You are the one that comes up to us at the expo every year.
Yeah.
Everybody doing. You
Yeah.
take time for yourself. So
Yeah.
yes, you 100%.
But I don't think about that because you don't think
Yeah.
about it to do that. You
Yeah.
don't think about it.
But you know, last year at the expo, I remember we were doing the door prizes. Gina was doing, we were all just kind of taking, and then it was at that point, we were hungry. I was like, man, I want to eat.
Yeah.
Veronica walks up at that moment. First lady, I got it. You just go take a break. And she took it over and we went in the back
Uh-huh.
to eat.
You were
Yeah.
big seated.
And these two did a great
Yeah.
job.
We were getting
Yeah.
we were working
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah. It was really
Yeah.
fun.
It was.
Yeah.
We didn't have much of a voice by the end of the night.
Yeah.
I was
Hey,
like,
it was
we're gonna
great.
get
It was
this
fun.
because we had so much stuff left.
Yes.
Then you tell us
Yeah,
what
you did.
what about you?
I'm a mixture of my mom and my dad. But I have teachers, Kay Martin. I have so many teachers that just still are in my heart. But I think I'm like everybody. I have a group of people and they still do. But I want to say this to you girls. People made a difference is you. You know, when I first started, I was doing it by myself, and Joe's he's watching y'all now, and he's probably thinking, thank goodness we got a committee. Because I was so stressed out. But God had just taken the vision beyond than I ever thought it would ever be. Because it's your heart. It's your heart to step in and just say, we've got this, or the encouragement that you give Carly all the time. We got this. Lisa's all of you have a way of just one group, like one woman rolled in one, but you all are such a gift to us, to John and I. And we could not do this without you guys. We couldn't do it without because everybody, you can't do it by yourself.
That's true.
You just said we're one.
Mhm.
And that's what we're supposed to be as Christians, is doing this together. So before we close out, if there is a precious lady watching right now, what would you say to her if she's not been to the expo before and you want to just say something encouraging to invite her? What would you say?
Come out,
Yeah.
because it's just like us fellowshipping together and being together and helping each other and really listening to what people have to say.
And come see us. So we'll all be there. Come say
Yeah.
hi. We would
Yeah.
love to chat and say hi to you and let us know you saw us. I think that'd be great.
Just come and see the different places that Clarksville has to offer, because you might not ever know that some of these people have businesses or, you know, health things where you can come to, exercise, whatever. You know, just come out and see it.
I think for me, I'm a transplant here, and we have so many transplants here. And I think this expo was a way for me to meet women and make friends. And so come out and meet people, and you might make friends. You might even save your life. You know, it's a free event. We're gonna have we've had that happen before. We've had someone who it saved her life. So come out and have fun and just enjoy the day and the fellowship. And
Let's say again when it is September
20th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. September 20th. Put it on your calendar at the Wilma Rudolph Event Center. And we have so many surprises coming.
Yes.
So be listening, be watching, and be ready, because we are ready for you and we're so excited.
And how do they find out the information? Where is it going to be posted?
So right now we have everything on the Women of Clarksville Facebook, so we'll continue posting on there. But we are also going to be doing press releases, and it is listed as an event right now on Clarksville Now. So just keep checking on social media and in the local media. You'll be able to find out more, and we'll continue to release new information and let you know some of these surprises before we get to the event.
And share the social media, please.
Yes.
Yes, we can get the word out.
And if they have any questions, how can they reach out?
If you have Facebook, you can reach out to us on Facebook. If not, I think our email is on there. Am I right on that? So email us anytime, or if you have our names, feel free.
Yeah.
You can Google us and find our phone numbers too. Anybody. We're always open to answer
Absolutely.
questions. Like we've also, this is our favorite event, and we would love to talk to you about it. So if you do have a question, don't be shy. Reach out any social media, email, phone.
Yes.
We're happy to answer any
Yes.
questions.
Ladies, thank you for coming this morning, getting up early.
Thank you.
We're gonna have to kind of close down quick because I'm falling out of this chair. So we're so glad you joined us today, and just hope you can come out on September the 20th from 10 to 2 at the Wilma Rudolph Event Center. And we are excited about the vendors that are going to be there, and come and meet Tracy and hear her story about dealing with menopause. Have a blessed day. Joanna, I pray for you today, and you are loved by God. God bless you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.